Out of all the tracks on the album, was there a particular one you were most trepidatious about sharing that one with the public?
You know, it's a track called "Broken Again," and then it's the title track.
I love that one.
Yeah.
And "Broken Again," that's one of my, like, to me, the quintessential song about heroin addiction has always been "Home is where the hatred is," and to me, this is right up there with that. But it's even deeper because it's so vivid as far as what heroin addiction would be like, but it's also metaphorically about this whole relationship that you had, right?
Squeeze 7 cc so I can see the 7 C's, and CC all my friends so they can see what I was seeing. But what they saw was a despicable human being, so I guess they just wasn't seeing what I was seeing.
Yeah, and it's a metaphor. I changed words, and at one point it was like 20 cc's. See the 7 C's, because I had researched what actually do you need to shoot to, and then I was like 7 cc's to see the 7 C's would be better. So I'm struggling with what's better poetically versus which is correct medically. And you know, again, from a literary standpoint, I wanted to talk about things that soldiers deal with, you know, pulling from the 70s and what have you. I was like, let's just touch on drug addiction and heroin and liken that to a girl, because "Broken Again," at first, it just felt to me, the music felt to me like, let's talk about heartbreak, but I wanted to tie it into PTSD, so I kind of metaphored heartbreak and heroin addiction together.
And is that a frequent thing? Because you've got commentary and layers of poetic imagery going on, then you've got the structure of the rhymes and the cadence and the flow and the inflection. Is it a constant process of calculating and making concessions to make one work or make the other one work?
Definitely, man. It's like you look at art, you watch film, you listen to music, you plays, all of that stuff, and you ask yourself, what moved you about this film or this book, and you try to apply that and scrutinize yourself in the same way. What would keep you interested listening to this song from the opening scene of the song to the end of the song, and what's the meat and what's the story and what's the moral? You know, I just deal with a lot of artists, and even just coming out of high school, my artsy friends would be like, the hell is this song about? What's your point? You know, they would be real hard on me. What are you trying to say? And I'm like, I don't know, you know. So that helped shape me into being like, get your point across, but be creative about it.
Are there any particular books or movies or things from other mediums that you draw things from within your MCing? It's weird. I was reading a lot of Octavia Butler. Okay.
During this album, and then I read The Alchemist. I know these are books that I should have read a long time ago. I always credit Kweli. When I first met Kweli, he was like, years ago, he was like, you gotta read Octavia Butler. Her writing reminds me of a lot of the time stuff that you do.
Yeah.
And I wasn't an avid reader, and I'm still not, but I finally got around to reading her stuff, and I was just blown away. And so in fact, reading her books made me be like, just, what am I doing with my life? You know, I just love her writing. And so I tried to implement some of that time stuff and not limit myself into 2013, 2014, when I'm pulling from inspiration or trying to, you know, write.
And one thing I want to ask, we got to make way for Creative Unity Collective. I have, in my Ill Doctrine videos, I have a series where I talk about the little hater, that voice inside your head that kind of stops you from being creative, tells you the ideas are not good enough. Can you talk about what your little hater looks like or sounds like, and what you do to get past it?
Oh man, that's crazy, man. My hater is probably derived from hip hop. Probably derived from that era of non-biting and watch where you get your inspiration from, and a lot of times that stops you, you know, and pulls you and it bangs you over the head with having to be authentic and holding you down. And a lot of times you have to check yourself too much to express something. So that's what I struggle with, you know, the struggle to be authentic and honest and remain hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And that's the conversation that I have with that dude in my head. He probably looks like something like, I don't know, a cross between Cool Keith and I don't even know. But that dude is always like, yo, son, you biting off of this, or you're copying from this movie. Obviously, in the new album, the skits is pulling from Total Recall and stuff like that. And you always worry about people being like, you biter, you know.